Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment. Hey guys, it's Turner4590, and welcome back to Let's Play Shovel Knight. So, this is the third time we are visiting this game on this channel. This game is the gift that keeps on giving, because this is the third playable campaign that Yacht Club Games has delivered to us for free, mind you, this time starring the Specter of Torment himself, Specter Knight. And it's really cool because this is actually serves as an official prequel to the Shovel Knight storyline, whereas Plague of Shadows took place in kind of like an alternate timeline where it happened at the same time, but some events happened differently. This full-blown takes place before Shovel Knight even happens, so without further ado, let's just get right into it. But first things first, you're probably wondering, Turner, this game isn't even out yet. How are you even playing this? Well, it is out on one system, namely the Nintendo Switch, which, as you can see, yeah, I have one. Die-hard Nintendo fanboy for life! And I clearly bought it for Shovel Knight. I didn't just buy it for a different game, like maybe something like this. No, it's definitely Shovel Knight, which I did buy for the third time. Because, god damn it, Yacht Club, these campaigns you're releasing for free, and I just won't have any of that. You're getting my money whether you want it or not. So, regardless, let's actually jump right into the game. Ignore all of that, because those are spoilers. So, let's start a brand new file. And in this version of the game, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, which, long story short, is essentially a Game of the Year edition, and you can buy the campaign separately now. You can buy Plague Knight without buying Shovel Knight, for instance, and Treasure Trove, which is what they're calling the Game of the Year edition, essentially, contains all of it. But if you already own Shovel Knight, then all of these updates are still free, including the King Knight update coming, hopefully, by the end of this year. So, yeah, so you can just choose any character off the bat. Before, you had to actually beat Shovel Knight before you could play Plague Knight, but not anymore. If you want to play as Plague Knight or Shovel Knight or Specter Knight, do whatever you want, because, yeah, I'd say difficulty-wise, Specter is, like, at least controls-wise, is a little bit easier to get used to than Plague Knight. But regardless, let's actually jump right in, because it's hard to contain excitement at this point. I mean, like, I went into Plague of Shadows pretty excited, and spoiler alert, this campaign's fantastic. So let's just get on with the slice and dice through the tragic prequel. I pressed the wrong button. God damn it. And sure, we'll register our name. Because I've been playing a certain special game, let's just, in honor of that game that shall not be named, let's just name ourselves the canon name and get on with it. Behold! Is it? It kind of sounds like the same Plague Knight voice from before. Pretty sure Specter Knight had a voice. It would sound like Death or Skeletor or a frightful mix of both. And what would that be? Ah, I see. Oh, that must be the phase locket from Shovel Knight's campaign, too. Interesting. It was found in the Lich Yard, after all. Pursue his quarry. That's one way to put it. Kill lots of people. Holy crap. Let's go. From the shadows! Okay, so starting right off the bat, Specter Knight is a bit well, obviously, he controls completely different because he's a brand new character. So, basically, what the main gimmick of Specter Knight is first of all, he has 2 special abilities that the whole game is based on. So, the first one is wall clinging and wall running, which if you run up against a wall or jump into a wall, he'll start running up the wall for a little bit, but he will fall down. So what you can actually do is just simply wall jump, basically. That's what it amounts to, is a wall jump. It's a little bit limited because of how far you can go up the walls. As you can see right here, like, we can just barely make that jump right there. And the other gimmick that, I say gimmick like it's a bad thing, but the other privilege of this campaign is coming up in a little bit. But before we get to that, I just want to mention that, God damn it, Jake Kaufman, like, you are a national treasure, because as you're hearing right now, Plains of Passage has new music. Every stage has new music, because the Madman decided to remix every single Order of No Quarter stage theme in the entire frickin' game. And they're all fantastic, by the way, so that's really cool. Also, throughout also you might notice that the backgrounds are different in every single stage as well, because Yacht Club just loves to go the extra mile sometimes. One thing you're noticing at the top left corner right now is red skulls. Think cipher coins from Plague of Shadows. There are 100 of these bad boys littered throughout the game, and you can collect them to get goodies that we'll show off later. So definitely keep your eye out for that. There's 10 in every stage, by the way. And here's where we get to the main ability that Specter Knight has. Just like in his boss fight, the ability to slash and dash, or dash slash in this case. So yes, in this game, whenever you see a red lantern or an enemy, or basically anything in the air, if you jump and slash, you'll see that cross pop up for a split second. That's the direction that you're going to go. So if you're above an enemy, you'll go down, and if you're below an enemy, you'll go up. And as you can see, you can actually chain this infinitely if you wanted to. And trust me, the platforming gets nuts later involving this mechanic, which is a absolute blast. Just, you feel so cool doing it. Whereas, like, with Plague Knight, whenever you bomb burst, you felt like a complete, like, just a maniac, basically. Like, completely chaotic. But with Specter Knight, you really feel like precision when you're playing him. Like, you just are, you're a specter of torment, basically. And as you can see, you can chain like them infinitely into multiple things, and again, I can't stress enough how crazy the platforming is going to get. Also, the dash slash can be used in combat situations like this, and as you can see, we can just completely ruin this dragon's day just by bouncing into him over and over and over again. So without further ado, let's actually keep going throughout the stage. Oh, sorry about that. One annoying thing about Specter Knight is that he has really no way to attack what's above him besides the dash slash. But what's directly above him, like, he really... Well, you know what? I guess actually, like, Shovel Knight couldn't either. But one annoying thing, though, for sure, is that you can't actually attack below you either. So to get through dirt blocks, it's actually impossible to, like, hit ones that you're directly standing on. So what they added is, well, I kind of ruined... Okay, there's on this screen right here is a good way to show it, but basically, as you'll see up here, there's no actual way to break blocks below you at all. So what they actually added is that, I'm gonna assume this is because he has like spiky skeleton feet, but basically, whenever you're on a dirt block, if you jump, the dirt block will be destroyed below your feet. And again, this is used to a little bit make the level design a little tricky in some situations, because Yacht Club takes every single idea they come up with and they use it to its absolute fullest potential. So let's just get up this wall here, and I need to actually grab that skull, please. There we go. As for like all the gold and stuff that you'll be gathering, like the jewels and stuff, it's typical Shovel Knight fare where you're gonna want to grab gold because you need gold to get like upgrades and stuff. So we'll go into exactly what kind of upgrades that Shovel Knight or Specter Knight can get later once we get through these planes, because yeah, first things first. Whoops, there we go. As far as like the actual like gameplay like flow of Specter Knight, I'd actually say like just like even like his slashes and stuff, like up close and personal like this, like, and even his run animation and sprite, it really does feel like this is like the Ninja Gaiden style. If Shovel Knight is a Mega Man game, then this feels more like a Castlevania or a Ninja Gaiden, especially Ninja Gaiden. I mean, Shovel Knight is also Castlevania in all of them. Like, that's the thing though. It's not like it's a complete rip-off or anything. It's just like Shovel Knight blends so many things together into its own magical combination of just like there's nothing like this game. Even though it does take a lot of inspirations from very many things. Through here. Yeah, already the game is already going to make us do these crazy dash slashes over these bottomless pits, and don't worry, I'm well versed in how the dash slash works, so I think I'm just going to be totally fine. By the way, when you're wall clinging, if you get to the very top of a wall, you'll actually be able to flip right on top of it like this, which is really handy, because as you can see, we can't even make this wall right below us right here. We have to use a dash slash just to get here. But let's keep on moving with the level, and grabbing his damn it. I'm actually gonna have to make that enemy respawn. A lot of the Cypher coins, or sorry, red skulls. I have Plague of Shadows on the mind for some reason. A lot of the red skulls that you'll be able to collect are actually enemy dependent, so you'll definitely have to keep that in mind. Also, hidden goodie right here, because that wall is always breakable for some reason. It's the most well-hidden breakable wall in the game. And a chest. Speaking of chests, there's actually a goodie at the top left of the screen right now that we're actually going to collect right about now. And as you can see, it's actually a little glowing green fire chest, and if we pull out what's inside, we'll discover it's actually a wisp. And basically, instead of using meal tickets or spending gold to get upgrades for your magic with potions, instead, you can actually find an upgrade to your health or mana, in this case, will and darkness for Specter Knight, which is just a name. Like, it's your life and your mana. So basically, you can find a permanent upgrade in every level of the game, in every no quarter stage, and I guess planes as well. And yeah, so you don't actually have to spend money on them. Kinda. You can, but again, we'll get into that once we get to the actual hub area. Also, I'll swallow your souls! Specter Knight has some really cool animations, and that's one of them. Just face absorb. Man, the backgrounds in this DLC are so cool. They really went all out. As far as like the amount of changes in this game, about how like the levels are, it's crazy. Cause like Plague of Shadows, I love Plague of Shadows. Like, it's super, like, part of me actually likes Plague of Shadows more than Shovel Knight, which is insane to say, I know, but part of me actually does for various reasons. But to be honest, like, the amount of stuff they added in Death, and as you can see, losing your life, which is funny because you're a Spectre, so I don't know how that actually works, but losing your life in this game functions identical to the other two campaigns, where you'll lose 3 sacks of gold, and they will just float there until you come to collect them, and if you collect them, then you'll get all your gold back, but if you die on the way there, you lose it. So it's very Dark Souls-esque, and that, again, is the same way as every other campaign. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right. So the amount of differences in this campaign compared to Plague of Shadows, like, it honestly makes Plague of Shadows feel downright lazy, which is crazy, because, again, I love Plague of Shadows so much. It's such a good campaign, but, man, Spectre of Torment, like, it might as well be a brand new game, which I think is why they've decided to, like, start selling the campaigns separately, just because of how much effort they put into this specific campaign, this prequel game, essentially, that isn't even DLC at this point. It's essentially a new game you're buying, or getting for free if you already have the game, which is fantastic. Anyway, let's keep on going, and this screen is a little tricky, but we can do it no problem because we are a god. Or a Reaper in this case. Angel of Death, we'll go with that. And I should be able to make that. There we go. See, you can just barely make it to the top of that wall with that jump without relying on the dragon. And we made it to the end of Plains of Passage. Oh, also, you might notice that Chicken in this game is undead, which is, yeah, I guess Specter's got to eat too. So let's see who we encounter. Oh, it's you. No, I'm sure this boss fight will be exactly the same as before. Well, we know how this pans out. Whoa, what? Terror pin? Oh, crap. First gag of the game. Fantastic. So, yes, this is Black Knight remixed because, again, I cannot believe what I'm saying, but on top of every stage getting brand new music, on top of every stage getting new backgrounds, new mechanics, and like very different level design in a lot of cases, on top of all of that, every single boss of the game has brand new attacks, brand new patterns, is essentially a brand new boss. So, again, you're essentially playing a new game at this point. But Black Knight, still being the first boss of the game, is no match for Specter Knight, even with Terrapin. There it goes! Donovan? Huh? Interesting.